Welcome to the Laptop Lifestyle Dad Show. I'm your host, Jeff Ross, the caffeinated kangaroo from Down Under, here to help you navigate the wild world of social selling and AI mastery. Whether you're a frustrated affiliate marketer, an inspiring coach, or a seasoned network marketing pro, you're in the right place. And each week we'll be deep diving with key experts from the online business world, sharing their tips and tricks and stories to help you elevate your game. Plus, I'll be serving up some quick coaching episodes packed with actionable insights to keep you ahead of the curve. So grab your favorite cuppa, sit back, and let's hop into another episode. Welcome to the journey of mastering the art of social selling and AI while balancing life as a laptop lifestyle legend. Let's get started and enjoy the show. Well, welcome, Karen. Thank you very much for putting your hand up to do this interview in the social selling and AI mastery space. I know that we met each other just a month ago on the AI symposium held by Tom there, and it's been great connecting with you. And you're known as Karen the Connector. And thank you very much. So I'd love to, kick off and share your story. We've all got some sort of hero's journey story, right? So I'd love to unpack what your story looks like and, what it took to help you to get where you are today.
Well, thank you, first of all, Jeff, for having me on. My journey goes back for 27 years I spent at the top of a direct sales company and thought I would retire from there. However, that company closed, and don't know how necessarily you feel about it, but I feel like God always directs the path.
Yes,
and so
100%.
before that company closed, I started taking courses online through Canada because they weren't offered here in the US, where I was, and on social media. And I got so excited. It was like, oh my gosh, I can have two passions. How does that work? Most people don't even get a chance for one. I'm going to get two here. And so I just fell so much in love with that World Wide Web. And that kind of escalated. It took me almost a year still to jump and start my company, because at that time, it was like, I need one more course. I need one more course. My business coach kept just saying, just jump. You consider as 50% ready as most people's 100. Just jump. And besides, at that point, social media was so new. Nobody knew if you were accurate or if you weren't, And so that's kind of how my business name came apart, Karen the Connector. We had heard Scott Gunsberg. He was at a chamber meeting with us, and he said, be known as but something good. And so we kept throwing things around, and that's kind of how Karen the Connector came in, because I was already doing a lot of connecting with people because I love people, and I believe it's a natural thing to connect them when you enjoy people. And so that was already happening. I was still doing a free mastermind for those that were in direct sales. And then, of course, when you're talking social media, it's all connections.
Yes.
So it's been almost 15 years since I started my marketing company, and it has grown, and I've developed, and as we all do, all of us entrepreneurs are lifetime learners, let's face it. And so it just grows, and it just began to expand, and then I started taking more courses, and like most people that are lifetime learners, we've taken enough certifications we could have paid for a PhD.
Yeah, I can relate to that. Yeah, learn, do, teach model, and I'm 100% behind that for the last 16 years myself. And just for our listeners and for us to help to get to know you better and how you serve your community, like as a coach or someone who's in the social selling arena, it's our job to take our people from Sucksville to Awesome Town, I like to call it, before to the after. And it doesn't matter what we're selling, right? We're all selling some form of transformation. So for our listeners, I'd love to unpack that for you. Like, what is the transformational outcome you help your people with?
Well, as a coach, I work with so many organizations that are working on building out their communication skills, because once that's done, then they can drive their performance and the productivity and their profits. And so that's the area of expertise that I love working with, because my gift is finding other people's gifts, and I pull those out and I see those And of course, as a third party coming in as the outside, you see a whole lot more than they do on the inside. So it makes it a lot of fun.
Yeah, sure does. So, what are some of the obstacles that you come across on a day-to-day basis that you just know hand on heart that that's your jam, that's your genius zone? How do you help people through those obstacles?
Well, through the obstacles, first of all, it's self-awareness for a lot of it, and it's the mindset. And, I've been through, I'm an NLP master practitioner. So knowing that and walking people through that, and the obstacles that most people, I think, in sales and any of that type of service, they don't understand the different learning languages and how we try to put everybody in the same box, like they learn like we do, which they don't. I would like to say my child did, but she's one of the 8% of the world that was kinesthetic. And what did I do to her most of her life? Don't touch that. Don't move that. So once you understand that, exactly, it just changes everything. Your mindset changes. You can reframe things. You can understand. You can speak their language.
Yeah. So as you know, I've been very heavily involved in the sales coaching myself for the last 20 years, and most of us, we're all very familiar with the personality profiling types and all of that, right? So, there's Myers-Briggs, there's DISC, there's the Enneagram, there's a lot out there. What is your favorite one for personality profiling, and why?
Oh goodness. I think I don't know that I have a favorite one. It's just kind of they've evolved, and as a new one comes out, you just we're curious as our nature is, and does that look at me a little different? I think the thing for me is taking like the disc. I took it 20 years ago. I've taken it 10 years ago. I've taken it a couple years ago. And to see how it's kind of evolved. Not that it's different, but just enough tweaks
Sure.
that it's like, okay, there's some changes there.
Yeah, it's definitely matured. And I'm very big at the moment in learning and unpacking the Enneagram. I just find that the more that we become self-aware of our strengths and our weaknesses and how we're wired, the more powerful that can be, hey? So
100%.
so as I say, we both met each other in the AI symposium. So we're both playing in the AI world. What is your AI favorite tool of the month at the moment, I suppose? And so what is your go-to AI tool that you use every day as well? So what's your favorite one, and what's your ride or die, your go-to one that you use every day?
Well, it's perplexity. So I get the benefit of Claude and ChatGPT, using that. I've been such a purist with the ChatGPT. That's I cut my teeth
Guilty.
on.
Yeah, guilty.
Exactly. What's the old saying? If it's not broke, don't fix it. And so that and if perplexity hadn't have incorporated that, I would not have jumped into perplexity.
So what's the main benefit? I actually haven't heard of Perplexity. So what's the main benefit of that one?
You really get to see both of them, ChatGPT and Claude, and
So it does a
see.
comparison type thing, does it?
Yes.
Okay, interesting. That's something
And
I'll have to look into myself.
Claude seems to be a little deeper
Yeah,
than ChatGPT does.
I've played with Claude and I've played with ChatGPT independently, but yeah, I haven't probably done a comparison. So Perplexity does
You'll
that.
love
Does
it.
it? Ah, interesting. I'll have to look into that. So do you have any tools or anything like that sorry. I've already asked that question. Sorry, I just had a dyslexic moment. Forgive me for that.
Yeah.
So, I'm always looking for people like yourself to follow and look for people who are on the horizon to learn from, right? We can always have that diverse, robust sort of center of influence if we keep our open minds and open hearts in place. And so who do you follow and why do you follow them, and what have you learned from them so far?
Well, the latest I'm following is Jeff here, and I am loving it because you're cutting edge. I love you're edgy.
Chef here.
And I love that because I know you're walking the walk and talking the talk. And so I love that. Terry Brock is another one I follow closely. Kim Garst is a good one to follow.
Yes, been following Kim for a decade now.
Yes, I've done quite a bit with Kim. And some of them that I've got the certifications through, they're not necessarily the ones that are on top doing things now. They were at the beginning, but they're not staying on top of them. And I think that's the difference.
Yeah, it's definitely a fast-paced moving world at the moment, and I'm seeing a lot of new faces, a lot of new names coming up through the ranks. So just it's exciting. It's good to see. So where do you see the future of social selling and AI? Like, what's the horizon? How do you envision it unfolding in the next few years?
Well, first of all, if they don't jump on board, they're going to be left behind. Like when I started my marketing company, there's no way back then I would ask and talk to people, I think social media is the way of the future. We need to look at that. If I said that today, they would look at me like I was crazy. Well,
Yeah.
I think AI is the same thing. It is the way it's now and it's the way of the future. It's not going away. So either you adapt or you're going to be left behind. And I think the advantage to it is there's not a part that you can't kind of interact with, converse with. I call it chatty.
Mm.
Chatty, what do you think about this? Or chatty, compare these things, or chatty, what's the research you have on this? Now we do have to check because they have hallucinations. We
Yep.
have to confirm their points are accurate, but I really think the biggest thing is for people to jump on board. Don't be afraid of it. People are afraid of social media too, and look where we are. Everything in the world, there's good and evil.
Yeah.
And if you use it for the right direction and good, you're going to be fine.
It's what's the heart? What's the intent behind it, right? And yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I was actually talking to Tom about this the other day, and he mentioned a really statement that's just resonated with me and just stuck with me. It's like he's referred to AI as the internet of the 1990s. It's
Mm.
AI is the new version of the internet. What's going to be possible in this space is just it's mind-boggling. Look what
Oh,
Facebook's doing in the whole metaverse space, and what's happening in hospitals and in the insurance arena, and it's just amazing watching it all unfold. It's my nerd radar gets dialed right up. But as a personal brand, social selling network marketer, it's definitely changed the game in that space as well. And I suppose I don't know if you've seen it on your sphere of influence, but there seems to
mhm.
be a clear divide happening, and the divide is very much you're either for or against, automation and AI, and AI being as a replacement, not rather just a tool. And it seems to be that there's a lot of people that are abusing it in a way, like trying to automate every step of the journey, and it's just looking a little bit robotic, and people are starting to, like the consumer is starting to get a little bit hesitant and resistant to it because it looks fake and looks too polished. Are you seeing that in your sphere?
I am. And that's one of the things, even, when I'm talking about it and sharing in the presentations that I do on AI, do not lose the human factor.
Mm,
That's the whole point to it. It's there as a tool. Use it as a tool. It's not to take your place. It's not going to add the emotion to it. It's not going to add the funny stories that
yeah,
that make you different. And so, yes, I'm seeing the exact same thing. And but people don't realize AI's been around 80 years.
I know, right?
You know,
It's been military been using it for decades.
yeah. And my joke is it's been around in our area as long as silly putty,
Yeah,
So it's old.
yeah,
But people don't realize that. They don't realize they use it every day and
yeah,
have no concept.
yeah. It's just
If
becoming mainstream now. Yeah.
if they only use their email,
Mm.
let's face it, when they go through and it separates it what's spam. That's AI.
Yeah, algorithms and all that have been around for decades, and they'll just continue to get evolved and get smarter. And
Right.
as I say, if you use it as a tool, not a replacement, and AI will never replace our hearts. And
No,
I think if we just need to, as social sellers, lead with those hearts and use those in our content, and AI is just a tool to help us to communicate more effectively. Right?
totally agree.
Yeah. So for our audience here, normally most of them are dads. There is actually 20% of them are women's and mums and all that as well. The main objective here is they're all learning how to make money online. Learn how to make their first $10,000 a month online. And as you know, there's more than several 10 ways to do that. Social selling, there's affiliate marketing, there's network marketing, there's online coaching, there's the list goes on. So knowing that, if you had to start all over again right now with everything that you know and the wisdom that you have, what are the top 3 lessons that you share with our community, and why would those be the top 3?
Well, first I would say, I think a lot of us, when we start a new business, it doesn't matter, if it's a brick and mortar, if it's online service, does not matter, that we tend to try to do everything ourselves. That we have to know it all, and we don't. If I could go back in my business, I would, the first thing I would do is start approaching other people, find a mentor, let someone that's doing well or someone you trust, let them be that guide for you. And it doesn't say that you always have to invest. There's times you need to invest, but many times there's people that are willing to help.
Yeah.
It's just strictly as a mentor. And especially, in a lot of the sales positions, there's great people that have had such success. Pick their brain, learn
Yeah.
what they're doing, ask them if what you're doing is good or not. That's the area that I would start with. That's the biggest thing. And then the other thing is just keep your relationships open. Always be building those, because people buy from people they know, like, and trust. So
100%.
that would be my.
Yeah. Yeah. And I wish I'd learnt those lessons earlier on, especially that, asking for a mentor, even if I didn't have the money or whatever to pay them, just asking for help. It's amazing when you ask for help, how generous people can be. And
Absolutely.
we just need to get out of our own way at times, don't we?
That's the problem.
Yeah. So what's one piece of advice? I'm actually writing a book at the moment, and the title of the book is Fail Forward 1,000 Times. So, and I'm writing the 10 lessons of, the entrepreneurial journey of what it's taken to get where I am. And the main theme of it is resilience, right? So what's one piece of advice that you would have for our community to help them to, dig in and stay resilient and stay committed to the game?
First of all, I think the biggest thing for most of us is that we do have to just dig our heels in, decide we're in for the long haul, and not let the first thing that come along knock us off of our pedestal there, and go, well, maybe this isn't for me. Well, I don't care what job, what we're working, home, anything. There's going to be obstacles. There's going to be things that, knock the wind out of our sails, but stay firm to that. Make that commitment. I believe in personally committing. It's God first, my family, then my business. So that's the way I handle things. And as long as I keep my priorities in that same order, things seem to go a whole lot better for me.
Yeah, I'm just reflecting in the times where they've been out of sync, and that's what it is when things get a little bit chaotic in the world. Yeah, that's
And
awesome.
it's like, what are you doing wrong here?
So what's just to wrap up, what's one final word of wisdom that you'd like to share with the community before we move on?
Well, other than that fact of finding a mentor, is finding an area that, stay in your lane. Quit trying to get out of your lane. As long as you stay in your lane, things go so much smoother. But whatever you're doing, be passionate about. Because
Yeah.
if you're not passionate, when that wind picks up and it knocks you off, you're going to stay out of the winds at that point. You give up too easily. So be passionate. Whatever it is, make sure that's something you're willing to put that passion and put the time and investment into.
Yeah, I've always said, as long as you're passionate about something, you can't say the wrong thing to the right person, right? And because your passion will carry you through. So,
Right. And if you're that passionate, they realize that.
yeah,
So they know no matter what you said, even if it come out wrong, that you didn't mean it that way,
yeah,
because you're just passionate and you want to help them.
yeah. People see your heart through your passion. They really do.
Sure.
For our listeners who are listening and they want to really connect with you, just vibed with this, and they want to reach out and connect with you, what's the best way for them to connect with you, Karen?
Website is KarenTheConnector.com. And that's KarenTheConnector.com. Or you can always call me. And of course, it's US.
Awesome. I'll make sure I put those in the show notes. Well, thank you very much. It's been an absolute pleasure getting to know a bit more about Karen. And thank you very much for the awesome wisdom that you've shared with our community in the social selling and AI arena. Truly appreciate you. And I look forward to seeing where this conversation and our relationship goes from there. Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks for the honor.
G'day legends, it's Jeff Ross here, your caffeinated kangaroo from Down Under. And what a ripper episode we just had with Karen the Connector Fox. Hey, we dove deep into the world of social selling and AI, and crikey, did we uncover some gold. Karen shared her journey from direct sales to crushing it in the digital space, connecting people then faster than a kangaroo on a hot tin roof. Key takeaways: find a mentor, stay in your lane, and be passionate about what you do. And remember, AI is the future, but don't lose that human touch. So, whether you're just starting out or you're already killing it, keep your priorities straight. God first, family second, then business. It's not for the faint hearted, but crikeys, this journey is worth it. Hey, stay caffeinated, stay legendary, and we'll catch you on the next call. Faster than you can say, Karen the Connector. And thank you very much, Karen. Appreciate you for the opportunity for this amazing interview. Hey, we'll see you on the next one. Now for some exciting news. Don't forget to grab our new book that just launched, Social Selling and AI Mastery for Network Marketers. It's jam-packed with actionable insights and success stories to help you to elevate your game. And whilst you're here, make sure you've joined our Facebook group, the Laptop Lifestyle Dads Legends, Social Selling and AI Mastery for Network and Affiliate Marketers. This is your go-to place to transform your approach to online business with cutting-edge strategies and practical tips. Whether you're just starting out or you're looking to up your game, this is for you. So why join? Well, it's simple. We're here to empower and equip you to achieve true freedom and success in your business. Learn how to balance the chaos of the mum-dad life while mastering social selling and AI. So go ahead, hit subscribe button. Don't miss any future episodes. If you've loved what you heard, leave us a review and share with your fellow legends. Let's grow our community together, stay caffeinated, stay inspired, and keep making memories. Cheers, legends, and we'll see you on the next episode.